welcome. Happy New Year. We got a lot in store for you guys tonight. We're going to keep it quick. We're going to keep it concise. We're going to basically give you guys some overviews on what we're going to be talking about in the weeks, months, years to come. So without further ado, let's just roll right into this, all right? So first of all, we have some giveaways coming at the very end of the webinar, guys. We are giving away a Gorilla Pod. You can kind of see what a Gorilla Pod does there. And we are giving away 2 Amazon gift cards. You must be present at the end of the webinar. There's going to be some quiz questions that you must answer correctly to be able to win. So stick around, and we'll get to those at the very end. All right, so let's start out with talking about New Year's resolutions and how people typically approach change in their life, how they approach their goals, how they approach their New Year's resolutions for that matter. So most people, and most of us in some areas of our life still, even if we've learned how this works, are typically judging our results first. We're like, I like this in my life. I don't like this. I want to get away from that. I want to get more of this. So we think that our results that we're seeking, whether it's more time, more money, a better relationship, a better body, getting better physical health, whatnot, that's really popular this time of the year. We believe that our results are our reason why, okay? That's not true. Results are not a reason why. They're simply results, guys, okay? Now, when we're flowing this way from the outside in, how we approach this is we think, okay, my results are my reason why. I want this result. I don't want that result, right? And how we do that is we flee from what's painful and we run towards what's pleasurable. We flee from what we don't want and we run towards what we do want. We're literally trying to manifest from something we do not want, okay, guys? So acceptance is key in order for you to grow and to change anywhere in your life. Let's take the most popular this time of year and getting in better shape. You know, maybe you're thinking that, okay, I don't like the way my body is now. I don't like my gut. I don't like the way my clothes fit, whatever it may be. And so I need to figure out what to do to get away from what I don't like and get what I do want, get the body I do want, the health and fitness that I do want, right? So you think the solution is in your what? You think all you need to do is find the right workout program. If you're trying to find a new job, you want to be happier with your job, you think it's the answer is the job. So you want to find a new job, you think that's what you need to do. If you're trying to break out of the job field and become an entrepreneur like Shane and I are, or maybe you just heard that term and you're like, you know what, I don't want to work a job for the rest of my life. What can I do? You think that you need to find the right system, the right business. You think the solution is in what you do. That's wrong too. It's flowing this way, guys. And then ultimately, you guys set out to do this. You think about what you don't want. This is what I do want. I figure out what I'm going to do to get away from what I don't want and get what I do want. And it is in this program, this workout, this business, this new job. And then you may motivate yourself. You may get some results, but ultimately you're never fulfilled. Most people usually quit, and then they feel like a failure. And then they try to justify what happened by blaming what they did, not the way they were flowing through it from the outside in, okay? And the process repeats. Now you have these results that you didn't want. So now I didn't like those results. I want these results, so I need to figure out a new what because you believe that's your solution. Guys, I'm here to tell you that that is not true. We're going to go into that into depth in the coming weeks, but I wanted to give you guys a little overview of that tonight. Now, how does this typically look if it's actually flowing in the right direction from the inside out? Your why you do something is your purpose in life, guys. Now, people think their purpose is in what they do, so they get confused. Like, what's my purpose? I don't know what to do. Is like for me, when you think about this, in my earlier days, I was a professional musician. Is that my purpose? That's an outer purpose, but that's not the inner purpose I'm talking about. I'm a speaker. I'm an inspirational speaker. I'm an author. Are those my purpose? No, those are outer purposes that flow from my inner purpose. It's finding that inner purpose, guys, that is key. Then through that, the how becomes how you're flowing from where you're flowing from within through what you do, your action. Then you get results. Not only do you get results, but you feel fulfilled. You get results that you actually want to keep, and you get results that you can actually expand on. Now, the last point I want to bring up on this is the difference between motivation and inspiration. This is motivation from the outside in. I don't want that. I'm motivated to get away from it. I want that. I'm motivated to run towards it. Okay? Motivation is finite. It's when you take a goal You set a goal and you carry that goal through to completion. Come hell or high water, you do everything you need to do. A lot of times you're sacrificing this and that, you're compromising this and that because you want to meet that goal so bad and you want to keep motivating yourself, right? Motivation is finite. Then we come back to this. This is called inspiration. In spirit flows from within. Inspiration is infinite. Now, you guys have heard me say this, or if you haven't, if you're just meeting me, you'll hear me say this over and over again. You cannot expand and grow your outer world, your time freedom, your financial freedom, a better level of health, better relationships, until you grow your inner world. It literally is from the inside out. Whatever your life looks like right now, your level of finances, your level of health, how good your relationships are, is 100% a reflection on how you are within, the relationship you have with yourself, okay? So flowing from inspiration from the inside out is understanding that I must grow within to be able to grow without, okay? That's the main reason you guys haven't met your goals. That's the main reason that if you did meet a goal through motivation, it didn't last. You couldn't hold on to it. Inspiration is when, remember, back up. Motivation, again, is when you have a goal and you carry it through to completion. Inspiration is when you are carried through to completion. You have grown, the person you became, the obstacles you overcome in the process to reach those goals is inspiration, is the fulfillment. You may have heard this before. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Guys, that is so true, but you're not going to understand that until you decide to take the journey rather than completely projecting yourself to that destination and motivating yourself and basically browbeating yourself too. All right? Okay, so moving on. I'm going to pass this over to Shane for a moment.
All right, guys. By the way, Aaron, thanks for starting this thing off the right way, guys. When Aaron and I got together to put together this 7-day Weekend Mentors program, you have to understand our backgrounds. First of all, we're both entrepreneurs. We're both family guys. We're both musicians, and that's where we really had a lot of connection. And earlier last year when we first met, we just knew that we had a ton of things in common, the same sort of philosophies. We've been through a lot of peaks and valleys, a lot of ups and downs in our lives. And, we've been able to overcome a ton of personal, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual obstacles. And, I think there's this expression, the path of excess leads to the palace of wisdom. And there's a difference between living the same year. Actually, there's a difference between 10 years experience and the same year repeated 10 times. Now, I've had some years where I've hit the repeat button, where I made some goals. I had aspirations. I had dreams. I had vision. I had stuff that I wanted to get done. And then by the end of the year, I was, in fact, if I wasn't broker or further behind, I felt like I hadn't moved anywhere. Now, maybe raise your hand or comment, me too, if you felt like you've lived a year over and over and over again. Look, sometimes we get stuck in these vicious cycles. And I want you to understand that the past doesn't form who you are. And I'm going to read the screen here. The wake doesn't drive the boat. The wake is nothing more than the trail that is left behind, and it has no power in the present. It does not and cannot drive the boat. Now, the boat's, hey, the wake can come back and pull it. Unless you convince yourself that this is the case. And what we're talking about here, guys, is programming your mind. I'm writing this book, and it's called Deprogram You. In fact, it's going to be really powerful. But basically, over my years of struggling and my years of going through isolation and loneliness when I was younger, going through, partying too much and falling in with the wrong crowd and getting addicted to alcohol and drugs and going through that nightmarish realm of life, and then getting into being an entrepreneur and having to overcome, shame and guilt from the past and mistakes that I've made and all that kind of stuff, but also identifying, not just these flaws, these character things that I had within myself that I had to sort out, but seeing those through other people, in like a reflection, like a mirror of the states that I have been in, or at the time, a state that I was in. And guys, I want to explain something to you. on how to program your mind differently. But first, I want to give you a story so you understand the power of a good program and the power of a bad program. Okay, look, when we're kids, we are basically a subconscious mind. We don't really have conscious thought where we're thinking and analyzing and dissecting because we don't have any experience with which to do this. This is our parents' job. And hopefully they understand the power of that role. But in case you haven't lived in this world for the last X amount of time you've been alive, a lot of parents don't really know a whole lot about parenting at a super high level, and that's just the reality of life. Look, there's 7 billion people, okay? And that's not to blame or to ridicule or to point judgment at anybody. It's just that very few people are given a proper parental guide, you know what I mean? And on how to understand the cause and effect of our words and actions in front of children. Okay, so I love my dad. My dad is my hero. He's my best friend. We are incredible. We have such a beautiful, beautiful relationship. I love my dad with all my heart. He's a great, great guy. But when he was younger and when I was 3 years old, so my dad, I'm going to talk about first the bad program and the power of a bad program from a systemic point. So I was 3 or 4 years old, actually. And I'm playing Lego. I used to play a lot of Lego and Constructs. You guys all played Lego and Constructs? Say Lego Constructs in the chat box, because I know that a lot of guys love those things. And if you're too young to know what Lego and Constructs are, I think Lego's still around, but if you missed out on Constructs, that sucks. Constructs was the bomb. It was awesome. Anyways, so my dad was running 7 contracting construction companies when I was before I was even born. Government changed the policy, an accountant ripped him off. And, he got a little bit bitter about stuff. And so he would stand in front of the TV. I always remember, and he'd watch the news and he'd sit there eating peanuts and, just watching the news and watching whatever CNN or whatever was on. And he was just bunch of rich crooks, bunch of thieving, lying sons of, blah, blah. He would sit there and just beak off about rich people. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with rich people. I mean, there's something wrong with everybody, I think, but there's nothing wrong with one particular group. Okay, so, but in my head, I'm 3 years old playing Constructs Lego, and here's Dad saying rich people are all crooks, all liars, they're all a bunch of, evil people. So I don't have any construct of reality outside the house. So Dad was the architect, okay? And what he said formed my opinion, formed my energy, belief behind those opinions, the energy. And so I grew up with this hard hatred, ignorant hatred, absolutely ridiculous, unthought out, not thought of at all, actually, resentment towards people who had money. Guys, I was 28 years old before I could hold 2 pennies together. I would drive 3-cylinder Fireflies. I never could keep money. I couldn't keep a job. I had such a negative stigma around money that in my head, when someone was rich, I was instantly jealous, instantly angry, instantly resentful. I had all sorts of weird things and emotions that would pop up around people who had money. Now, I also heard, some things like it's harder for a rich man to go to heaven than it is for a camel to enter the eye of a needle. I never understood what the eye of a needle was. I thought they were talking about a sewing needle, okay? And I didn't know that the actual the statement was the eye of a turret, which is like a castle wall, and camels do go through the castle walls. They just have to take the bags off. They go through the eyes of the needle all the time. It's really easy, actually. Because anyways, bottom line is I had this very deep systemic belief. And I had a friend, he had to point this out to me. He said, Shane, your poverty consciousness is so bad, it's making me broke. And I can't even hang out with you until you fix this. And it was a real strong wake-up call when a friend of mine told me this, because I had a lot of respect for this guy. But then I realized, I looked at the results of my life. I looked at all the opportunities I'd pushed away, the relationships I had dismissed, the judgments I had declared on other people. And I realized I had created poverty in my life. I had created that. I was responsible. Yes, my dad said some things, but it was an energetic attachment to that. But it was because it was a subconscious belief system. So what I learned was how to reprogram my conscious mind. And I want to explain something about the captain and the crew. Okay, so you've all heard the statement that your subconscious mind is 90% beneath the surface, and your conscious mind is just a little peak that you're aware of. But I want you to understand that you are the awareness behind the awareness. Like, who is the you that is observing your thoughts? Who is the you? You're the awareness. You are that light behind. The true you is a child of God. The true you is unlimited in potential and power in anything that you want to do. There's nothing that you cannot accomplish because you are light, and light is an infinite blissful thing. But you are aware of your conscious mind, okay? And your subconscious mind is aware of your conscious, but you're not in that gap. But what I want you to understand is like this picture of a boat. If you're on a boat, like I was just on a cruise ship in the beginning of December, okay? The crew does whatever the captain says, okay? Right or wrong, the captain is the one in charge of the ship. The crew, they only say yes to the captain. Right or wrong, that's just how it goes. All right, same thing with your mind. See, your brain, what you're aware of on the surface, that's your conscious mind, but that's the captain of the ship. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and fiction, a truth and a lie. It doesn't know the difference, but you do. And you have discernment, and you have a conscience that understands truth. And you know when you're doing something wrong, and you know when you're doing something right. Like, even though I had this anger around rich people, somewhere in my head, it didn't feel right. It felt like I was just doubling down on some justification why I couldn't have any money. But it wasn't the truth. And I knew that I was being defective. So I went based off of the consciousness of where I was at. But I started realizing I got to program myself. And what you tell your subconscious mind, what you tell yourself, is what will ultimately become manifest in your life. So I stopped telling myself it's hard. I watched my mental feeling, my notes, my thoughts, but I also watched my tongue. See, we speak life and death all over ourselves. We speak should-haves. In fact, a lot of people are should-have all over their lives. You know, they're I should have done that. I should have done this. I should have done this. But imagine if you were programming yourself, and I'm going to explain this. Some people say it's hard to lose this weight. I'm having a hard time losing this weight. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to create a New Year's resolution. I quit smoking. I don't smoke. You see, there's a difference between I quit smoking and I don't smoke. There's a difference between I'm having a hard time and everything's easy for me. You see, I quit smoking in 2007. I think it was July 3rd. I was working as a roofer at the time with a bunch of guys who smoked cigarettes, and I knew that I had to quit smoking. I was smoking 2 packs a day. And I'd started learning about this. And guess what? I said, when everyone was on the roof, even though I was smoking the day before, I wrote this day on the calendar, and at that day, I didn't say I quit smoking. I said, I don't smoke. So when I said, if you say I quit smoking, you're still associating an attachment with who you are to someone that smokes. So now there's you who quit smoking. There's the you that was a smoker. But the you in the past does not exist. Do you smoke or do you not smoke? Well, you don't smoke. So now you're owning who you are in the present. In the present. By the way, Aaron, it looks like you froze for a second there. I just want to make sure. Is it coming through good?
Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still there. How are we coming through? Is it?
You're crystal clear. I have some thoughts too before we move on to the next slide.
Yeah. So I want you guys to understand that in this year, I want you to take control of your mouth. I want you to start catching yourself if you're speaking a bad program. Pay really, really close attention. Look, you know, opinions are kind of like buttholes. Everybody's got one, right? So filter your opinions. Make sure you're very, very careful about whose opinions you take. Because if you're listening to someone who does not have the lifestyle, who has not accomplished the things that you want to accomplish, if you're taking the opinion of someone else without using discernment and asking deeper questions and looking at that person and truly asking yourself, does this person have what I want? If they don't have what I want, if I take their opinion, I'm going to have their lifestyle. So I'm going to stop you from taking other people's opinion. Want you to learn how to form your own opinions without an emotional attachment to someone else's opinion, to anything, and learn how to take control of your future, of your present moment, by speaking positive affirmations about things like, I don't smoke. That's great. I don't drink. What is it? If there's anything that's been a tough obstacle in your life, if you're addicted to drugs, I don't do drugs. Just start speaking it. And what will happen is your subconscious mind over time will start to just realize that it's not attached to doing drugs. That was one of the coolest ways that I realized to overcome addiction in my earlier years, was to not hold that judgment on myself, to not attach myself or my identity to someone that does drugs. Let's just say I don't do drugs, right? I don't smoke. I don't drink. And those things will start to clear up in your life. But also when it comes to your business, how can you make money? Well, if you're struggling, I was talking to a guy earlier today, and I said, well, how's it going? He's like, oh, man, last couple of weeks have been rough. I've been really struggling to get through the Christmas season. I struggled to get through the new year. Now here we are, and I just lost the thing. And he was so focused on the stress. And I says, well, yeah, but if that's what you're focused on, that's more about your tonality, your posture, because I can hear that through your voice. It sounds very stressed. Guess what you're going to create more of? You're going to create more stress. You're going to create more duress. And you want to break free from that. So what would it look like if you looked at everything instead of what something happened to you and said, well, it actually happened for me. What are the gems? What are the pearls that have happened that, from whatever your bad experiences are, whatever your good experiences are, what are the pearls that you can take from that, the wisdom, the gems that you can take? And that's what you focus on being grateful for. So you could have said, wow, you know what? Last year was an incredible learning experience. I learned that I'm tougher than nails and that God's got a bigger plan for me. This is incredible. I'm excited because you know what? After going through the things that I went through, I absolutely have no doubt things can only get better. So I'm super excited about everything that's coming to my way right now. So it's just a very different framework rather than focusing on that, right, guys? Sometimes you need to understand that if something bad or challenging is happening in your life, that's a really good sign that you're destined for greatness, because I don't know any successful person that hasn't gone through the muck and mire. It's all about how you internalize it and how you interpret it and how you speak about it that will shape what's happening, because you're always going through a breakdown and a breakthrough. Always. You're either coming out of a breakdown, you're in a breakdown, or you're headed towards a breakdown. There's always breakdowns. And then there's a breakthrough where you learn about what happened. There's some like the aha moment, like, oh, wait, there was healing there, or there was, something bad, or some friend that came along, or some message, or something that you heard, some breakthrough that transformed. But then you're going to go through a healing phase. A healing phase is where you're licking your wounds and you're sort of just recovering, getting back on your feet. And then you go through a transformational phase where all of that energy marinates to your bones and you start to cocoon into something new, a beautiful new version of yourself. And then after your transformational phase, you head towards an empowerment phase. Okay, now I want you to ask yourself, what phase are you in right now? Now, you can go ahead, write in the chat box, whatever. Are you in a breakdown phase, a breakthrough phase? Are you in a healing phase, a transformational phase? Or are you in an empowerment phase? Okay? Now, how you go through the breakdown and the breakthrough depends on how you think and speak about your breakdown. See, I've gotten so used to having breakdowns now, or breakthroughs, I get excited about them. I'm like, wow, this is going to be awesome. I'm super stoked about something because I know something big is going to happen out of this. So with that being said, I'm going to pass this back to Aaron. I know you got a bunch of thoughts on this you wanted to throw down.
I'm going to keep them to just a few because, I got a bunch. They're just flowing like crazy right now. But I'm like, okay, rein yourself in there, and we got more weeks to come, right? So, guys, based on what Shane was just saying, just think about this for a second, okay? Everything, all is just a play in thought. When I identify with my thoughts, I am their slave. When I stand apart, I am their master. Okay, now, hold that in your mind, and I want to ask you a few questions. I want you to ask you to do a couple things. Right now, out loud in your head, I want you to say, my car. Okay? I want you to say, my home. I want you to say, my clothes. I want you to say, my breakfast. Okay? Now, remember what I just said. All is just a play in thoughts. When I identify with them, I am their slave. When I stand apart, I am their master. Now, I want you to say, my thoughts, my opinions, my perspectives, my truth. Back to what I said before. All is just a play in thoughts. When I identify with them, I am their slave. When I stand apart, I am their master. Guys, the very stake that you can say, my car, shows ownership and the owned. It shows you and what you own. You don't think you're your car, do you? My home. You don't think you're your home, do you? My clothes. You don't think that you are your clothes, do you? No. My thoughts. That's where people start identifying with it and become their slave. My opinions, my judgments, my truth. What happens is when you are identifying with it, when you've created an identity, when it gets challenged, you feel like you are being challenged. But you're not. You are over here, the witness of, as Shane was saying, of the thoughts, of the opinions, of everything you're judging good, bad, right, and wrong. There is separation there. When you stand apart, you are the master of those thoughts. Our brain, our bodies, my brain, my body. Remember, I'm not my brain. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my body. Right? I am the ghost in the machine. I am the one that animates those two. Those are tools for me in this lifetime for my outer purpose, but I am not either one of them. I am that light, as Shane said, shining from out through, from the inside out. Keep that in mind, guys. Take this part of this and meditate on that over the next several days constantly. Start to ask yourself, when you start to struggle, when you start to get frustrated, it's never reality. It's never the truth that you're frustrated with. It's the story you tell about it, the thoughts, the judgments, the opinions, your truth. I say your truth because that seems to be a more positive way of saying my judgments, or a positive way of saying, a more spiritual way of saying I'm judging you. This is my truth. This is my truth. It's all just silly. I'm making fun of myself when I say that because I used to use that term. I used to say, well, this is my truth. I mean, it's just freaking silly, guys. So again, there's me, there's my thoughts, there's you, and there's your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Keep that in mind. All right, now, as Shane said, how you go through things in life is 100% how you think about it. It's all subjective, guys. The object, the owner is you, right? Flowing through it, then it starts to flow this way when you start to judge good, bad, right, or wrong, and those thoughts are what causes you to struggle. So moving on to the next slide, I'm going to pass this back to Shane, and we're going to talk about a common phrase that people use when they want to do something. They want a better relationship. They want better health. They want a better job. They want to break away from their job. They want time freedom. They want financial freedom. And guess what? Most of you are. Most of you are a friggin' butt face. Shane, go ahead and talk about this one for me.
Oh, man, that's just so good. All right, guys, listen. We're here to talk about vision. So we're going to introduce you to 7-Day Weekend Mentors program at the end. And obviously, stick around to the very end. This won't be too much longer. We are giving away prizes, guys. So make sure you engage. I've got the Facebook group open here as well. I can see chats. Whoever's typing inside the chat box, make sure you're fully with us. But guys, listen, I was out on the weekend for some New Year's, and I was with this gentleman who was telling me about his goals for this year. And he kept saying, yeah, I want to do this reality show. I want to do this. But, he wanted to create his own sort of TV show, right? His own Big Brother style reality show. And he kept saying, but you know, the reality is it's going to be really tough. I got to find the right people and all this kind of stuff. And every single time he would speak his vision, he kept saying, but. And I kind of started to giggle because I says, listen, man, you know what you have butt vision. You really have to get the butt out of your vision. That's the problem, guys. You see, maybe you want to go to, is the next slide the one that says the visionary thing with the, does that go in the sequence or should I just say this right now?
It goes in the sequence into the video.
I'll do a quick little thing before I say this. Anyways, guys, listen. You have to understand that if you really want to accomplish your goals, maybe you want to start a business this year. Maybe you want to find the perfect relationship. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds. Maybe you want to lose 100 pounds. Maybe you want to gain 15 pounds of jacked, shredded muscle. Maybe you want to be more spiritually dedicated to your faith. Maybe you want to really find your deepest truth and travel the world. Look, there's something that you're deep inside of you, something that you are longing for, something that you have been putting to the side, something that has been calling you. Every single person who's watching this right now, that means you have this inside of you. And when we try to ignore it, when you try to ignore that deep God-given destiny, that purpose that we have inside every cell of our lives, when we're not living that, when we're not fulfilling it, slowly but surely, it eats away at us. It eats away at us because we're not fulfilling what we thought we would do when we had dreams when we were younger. Look, I say this all the time. I am a musician. I'm a guitar player. I believe with every cell in my body that I am destined for greatness. Aaron is destined for greatness, and you are destined for greatness. I believe that I have music inside of me that can change the world. I believe that I will be playing guitar on stadiums. I believe with every cell of my body. God gave me the vision. So if God gave it to me, the vision, 100% it will come to pass. And that music, because it's very conscious music, because it's very loving music, because it's instrumental, because there's so much incredible passion and vibration going through that. And I understand the power of music and frequency and vibration. I believe that there's massive healing, that millions of lives, billions of lives will be touched. And I think that it can change the world. Now, you're probably like, Shane, get real. You play guitar. Maybe you're thinking, yeah, but Shane, there's probably better guitar players. Why haven't you been playing yet? Why haven't you traveled the world? Why haven't you but the thing is, guys, I want you to understand something. I don't look at it in that aspect. I don't look at it like I believe. So I don't have that limiting belief of what reality is. Most people, they have this skewed perception of reality. Now I think we can go to the next slide there. I'm going to try to time this out perfectly, guys, but I want you to really closely pay attention to what I'm about to tell you because this is extremely important. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, Shane, am I still frozen? People are saying I'm frozen.
You've been freezing a lot, and then you disappeared, and then now you're back.
I was turning my camera off and on. Guys, can you at least hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yeah, your sound is great, but your picture,
am I at least
a lot.
Am I at least frozen in a very good, becoming image? Is like
sometimes.
Figure out my nose. Where did it happen?
What you should do is just smile the whole time like this. Because there was a couple times where you were frozen like this. I'm just saying. I saw it. I saw it a few times. As
long as you guys can hear me, you guys all have a burnt image in your mind of how beautiful I am anyway, so it's all good. I totally understand it. So Shane, the next slide isn't actually the video yet. This is just the intro to it, so you can talk. Let me talk on this, and then we'll start the video.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So vision. We want to talk about vision. This is different than having goals, guys. A vision is the ability to see your purpose, your dreams, your desires, and your tomorrow. I have a vision of literally, I am working on a book right now called Know Your Why, Know Your Way. It's about finding that inner space, finding that inner self and flowing from there. I have a vision to reach every single person in the world. Now, people will say, no, that's impossible. You can say it's impossible all you want, but I will still get up every single day and work towards that vision. That's what a vision is, guys. It never ends. A goal might have a finish line. A vision never does. It keeps expanding. It keeps growing. So with that, I'm going to play a video on here for the first time. So let's see what happens here. And see if this actually works.
And show others how to follow. When you find that, when you find a lone nut, for example, and it has something great, if you got the guts to be the first person to stamp and join them, that's the true leader. It's the first person to see someone else's vision. So guys, listen, sometimes it's not about your vision. Sometimes it's about catching someone else's. Not everyone is a visionary, but everyone can be a leader. Okay? You know, some people find themselves into great roles. Like, I want you to get, I'm hoping, or I assume that a lot of you have read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That was a great book. So, by the way, Aaron, are you still with me, or did you freeze?
I'm still here now. I'm just looking at the chat and marking stuff, certain things as questions.
Okay, cool. So Napoleon Hill, he wasn't a leader. He wasn't a visionary, but he ended up following all of these different guys. And because of that, he caught that vision. He ended up being a true leader and actually the author of one of the most powerful financial wealth mindset transformation books in history. And I want you to understand that, guys, not everyone, just I'll repeat one more time, not everybody is meant to be a visionary, but a true leader can see someone else's vision and help build it. Okay. And was there any other slides there, Aaron?
Yes, there is. Let me start the slideshow again real quick, and we'll move on to the next. All right. So we were here. All right. So moving on, guys. We are going to be bringing to you guys some tips every week. All right. And this week's first tip is don't be a manurepreneur. All right. So Shane and I created this word on accident. And you guys might have seen our blooper reel. We created this word on accident when we were working on filming that initial registration video. So that being said, I want you guys to watch another short little clip. I combed the internet to find the the epitome of a manurepreneur, and I found a video today for that. And I want you guys to watch this video, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. So guys, man, I've been in the online space now for a long time, and I'm making so much money. I just want to show you guys, and it's totally legit, and I'm making money hand over fist. I'm making 3-4 digits a day, man, so if you want to be like me and you want to be able to film a video where you're actually dropping money, because that's what people want to see, then, just click the link below, yo. All right. So back to the oops, hold on a second, guys. Back to the slide presentation. You don't want to be a manurepreneur, guys. This is just one example of a manurepreneur. A lot of times you guys ask us, like, well, should I be adding friends on Facebook? I had these people looking, asking me to become their friend and whatnot. One thing you can do is, don't get me wrong, guys, I'm being playful here. That's why I chose myself to be in the video. Trust me, I found thousands of videos and pictures today of people holding up dollar bills and all that kind of stuff, right? And I'm making fun of myself, okay? If you've done this before, no big deal. It's great. Let's make fun of you together, But the bottom line is, guys, it's all about shifting perspective, changing the way you look at things. And if you truly want to change the way you look at things, and you truly want to lead people, and you truly want to accomplish things and actually want to be fulfilled, that's not the way to do it, guys. It's not about flashing shiny objects or big stacks of cash. Real quick story on that. There is a person on our team. He hasn't allowed me to say his name yet. I haven't even asked, but he probably would. And I should just say it because that's how I am, but I'm not gonna. I met him through one of these videos. I did friend him, and I reached out to him and just asked him where he came up with that tactic. And he told me, he had been taught it through somebody else. And then when we got to know each other, we were on Zoom. He's like, Aaron, I want to tell you something. I'm like, what's that? He's like, remember the video I made where I was dropping money on my lap in the car, like that? And I said, yeah. And he's like, well, I actually went to the bank that day. It was before my rent was due. I pulled out all the money that I had in the bank. I did the video, and then I put it all back in. Otherwise, I would have bounced all my bills. He didn't even have the money to do it, guys. That's what I'm getting at. That's the technique that people use. They like, go withdraw all your money, count it like this, drop it on your lap and say, look at my hundreds, look at my 50s, look at my 20s, and stuff like that. Put on some sunglasses, maybe a crown, what did you call it the other day? Shane, whatever that kind of chain was you want to wear. But guys, that's a manurepreneur. We're gonna come out with some other tips for you guys in the coming weeks here and whatnot, but that's one for the books for you guys to think about. Now, let's move on to what we want you guys to do right now when you get done with this webinar. Shane, go ahead and talk about this tag.
Okay, guys. So first of all, I want you to understand that, this is just a quick little introduction. We're going to be having an ongoing series of Thursday webinars where we're going to be adding a lot of entrepreneurial value for you guys. We're going to be giving you tips. We're going to be giving you hints. We're going to be giving you mindset. We're going to give you personal development. We're going to give you specific action steps you can take to start building an online business. Look, guys, it does not matter what company, what business you're doing. We are here to help all entrepreneurs, online marketers, network marketers, affiliate marketers, coaches, mentors, speakers, you name it. We want to create a very powerful community that supports all entrepreneurs. So we have created the 7-Day Weekend Mentors Facebook group. We're inviting you to join this group. Now, we just started this, but what we're going to do is we're going to be adding a ton of very choice select videos, incredible value adds for you guys. While we are actually building up a 7-Day Weekend Mentors website that will actually just have specific modules that will help you grow your business online and help get you ahead of the curve and kind of break free of the rat race. But a lot of it, guys, is to help you break down the internal dialogues that are stopping you or slowing you down. Look, I could literally tell 1 million people, okay? Let's just say I had $1 billion and I was going to give $1,000 away to 1 million people, okay? And I said, all you have to do to qualify to earn this $1,000 is go to this website, highlight this word, go to this and copy it, then go over here to this website and paste this word in this box right here. And the actual percentage of people who would actually do it would be about 1%, maybe. Why is it so crazy that, the reason being is because people have so much internal dialogue, hesitation, procrastination, it's too good to be true, and all these different things and belief systems that are simply programs that no longer serve them. And that's why a lot of people are hindered from having success. People always ask, why is it that only 20% seem to succeed, 80% don't seem to succeed? And why is it that only 20% of the 20% really succeed? And so on and so forth. It's like this 80-20 rule of nature. But guys, the reason being is for human beings is simply this right here, what's going on in our minds, what's going on in our hearts. So this is more focused around helping you get clear on that. So, we want to add as much value as possible, as much experience as possible, and we want to make it as fun as possible. Guys, there's going to be crazy, amazing webinars. We're going to have get-togethers and events. We're even going to end up having retreats that we do as a community of entrepreneurs where we can network together, we can help each other, we can inspire each other, we can aspire to help each other and be like each other. Guys, it's incredible what we're putting together here. So this is now the first Thursday of 2019. These webinars are going to be happening every single week. This group is going to be growing. We want to have at least 10,000 people in this group before the end of this year. In fact, we actually want to have more like 100,000. But guys, we want to invite you into this group. It's going to be incredible. So I think, is there the link up right now that you got to send?
Let's see. Where did we put that? That's in. This is new to us, guys. This one thing. It's not in polls. It's not in. Let's see. Offers. Yes, I'm putting it up right now. I just put it under offers. Let me know if you guys can see that. Where I just put it. Should see something pop up.
All right, guys. So
maybe let's move on to the next thing here real quick, Shane. And
so for everybody on the Facebook who's watching us live, I'm going to comment in the chat. Okay. sevendayweekendmentors.com. Okay, guys. Also go to 7dayweekendmentors.com. All right. 7dayweekendmentors.com. Get signed up. Get on the list. You'll be brought to a website. You'll enter your name and email address, and then it'll bring you to a page that'll click. You'll say click here, so you can enter to join our Facebook group. We will accept you into the group. Again, we're going to be adding tons of amazing content. So as we get towards the end here, guys, we want to show you how grateful we are that you've stuck around. We're going to get towards some prizes that we're going to give away. Aaron, are you ready for that?
Yes. 1 second here, guys. We're going to be moving on to this, but this is the last thing we're going to be doing here, guys. But right before, I want to hop over to this really quick and just reiterate what Shane said. Just a little taste of what's to come. Weekly webinars, okay? I don't know where that 7 came from, but I'm always good for at least one typo. So we're going to start doing them at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's for our UK people around the world who are sometimes asleep. I say get your ass out of bed, but you know what? They say they want to sleep, so I'll meet them where they're at. It's all good. So we will be doing 2 of them. That is 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. East Coast, that's noon and 3 p.m. UK, you guys can do the math. We will be putting those times in there so people can just quickly look on the website and whatnot. Weekly giveaways, like Shane said. You guys, we're handpicking the things that we just don't want to live without anymore. Things that we've been using that we just love, that have helped us in our businesses and our pleasure, guys, because, again, it's one and the same. We're going to talk about the integration of business and pleasure. There really is no separation between job and family. It's all one and the same. We're going to talk about that a different week. Step-by-step trainings for social media attraction marketing, all that good stuff. So that being said, let's go backwards here. And Shane, let me first talk about this. So Shane was on his cruise the other day, and you guys have probably, or the other day, a few weeks ago, you've probably seen some of his posts he put up where he's very introspective. He's looking out the window and stuff. And I'm like, who's taking those pictures? And then I realized nobody. Shane was using a Gorilla Pod. So that's one of the things that we're first offering for you guys. Shane has been using it like crazy. So Shane, take that one away. Let's talk about the Gorilla Pod first. Let's do the first test to see who's going to win that, and then we'll move on to the gift cards. Go for it. I'll watch the
guys. So first off, I want to explain Gorilla Pods are freaking awesome. If you want to get into marketing and social media, it's really important to have a whole bunch of different ways you can get your media up there. Like, for example, one of my best pieces of equipment is a light ring. Okay, it's
coming down the line too, guys.
Yeah, so I love using this stuff because you know when you're feeling inspired, you want to record. When you're not feeling inspired, you want to record. Basically, we're moving into a day and age where you want to start broadcasting your life, okay, and creating a following. And that's the cool thing about what you're going to see with us here at 7 Day Weekend Mentors. So, this right here, it's got a little Bluetooth thingy. It's a great little tripod. It's called the Gorilla Pod. Guys, if you want to get this Gorilla Pod, we're going to have a contest here. I'm paying attention to the chats inside the Facebook groups, and here's what you got to do. You need to type this out fast as possible. Whoever types this out first perfectly, I got to get here. Whoever types this out first perfectly is going to get the prize. Okay, the first. Don't
start though until he's done with the phrase and he says go. If I see you guys start typing while he's talking,
no.
Right?
Whoever types this out perfectly first. Oops, I just lost the Facebook group thing. Where is it? Ah! Okay, hang on, guys. Sorry, hang on. We're gonna give this. I want to give this to you. This is coming down the road for someone. Okay, are you ready? Hang on a second. I just need to get the chat open here in the Facebook group. Okay.
He's going to say it, and then he's going to say go, guys.
Are you ready? Whoever types this out fully first,
can you hear me?
Get the prize. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm just saying, make sure you say it first and then say go. We don't want to see him start typing until you're done.
All right, guys. Yeah, no one can type this until I say go. You have to type it out perfectly. Ready? I declare complete victory in 2019, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Go. And I'm going to say it out right now again. I declare complete victory in 2019, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Whoever types that first gets the prize. All right, guys, we're paying attention. I'm looking at the chats. All the people inside the group here. Come on, someone type this thing up fast. Let's go. Who's got it? Who's got this prize? Who's got it? Come on.
I'm watching. I got one.
Oh, someone's. Oh my God!
I got one. Too. Adam, I got.
Adam did it.
I think Adam is number one.
Adam did it. Yeah, it's the first one that came through. Nobody on the Facebook was typing. Bunch of slackers on Facebook. I tell you, right?
Hey, Adam, what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to Shane or myself after the webinar, and we will get it coming your way. We'll send it to you tonight.
Good job. All right, now we have another one coming up. So
we got 2 Amazon gift cards, guys. You guys ready for these?
hang on, I'm just gonna get his email. Okay, good. So we've got Adams. All right, guys, get ready. The next one. Get ready. All right, Facebook. I expect better typing in Facebook. Shagufta wrote on Facebook, but Shagufta, you were late. All right, we need to. I know that there's actually a delay on Facebook. It's really unfortunate. So if you guys are watching us on Facebook, you should have been on the registered webinar. It's a little bit quicker. Okay, guys. There's a bunch of you here. Get ready. I will do the best I can with what I have wherever I am. Go. I will do the best I can with what I have wherever I am. I will do the best I can with what I have wherever I am. Let's go. Well, everyone's typing up a storm here. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm just being honest. You know, I ought to type this up already. We've got a gift card coming up. Adam again! Oh, did Adam win twice?
He did.
You know, but
Adam, would you like to give your one of your gifts to somebody, to the second place person?
Adam, Adam. Okay, well, let's just check this out.
Because we didn't say you can't win twice, so Adam, we're going to allow you to make that decision.
Adam, it's up to you. You can say, and by the way, all answers are right here.
Yes.
Adam, if you say, I want both the cards, then you can have both the cards.
Well, both the card, one card and the Gorilla Pod. We still got one card to give away. But it's up to you, Adam. You can give one of those away or you can keep them both. Again, there's no right or wrong here.
I know it.
It's not a test. It's not a test.
But we're all watching.
Yes.
What are we going to say? What are we going to think? You know what, Eric? Or Adam, do you care enough about our opinions?
He says
he doesn't care about opinions.
Yeah.
Maybe with both of those cards, or the card and the Gorilla Pod, maybe there's something that you need to get with that.
Okay,
right?
He said he's going to pay forward the Gorilla Pod, so let's see who came in second on that one. I got to scroll back down here.
Adam, I love you, buddy. That's awesome. Okay.
Let's see. I declare victory. We got to get to the next statement here.
I went fast. It was like blown up, right? So
yeah.
I can't
find it now. I can find.
I'm down. I found it. Okay, so Adam was the first. Ed was. I will do the best I can with what I have wherever. Adam. Ed was second.
So Ed gets the Gorilla Pod, and Adam is keeping one of the gift cards. We got one more gift card to go, guys.
Okay, so I just want to write that. Adam and Ed, make sure you don't go anywhere right now because we got to make sure we get you guys the emails and everything. And I don't want to broadcast your emails in front of the entire audience here. Yeah, we have one more. We got one more.
One more gift card.
Okay, now, do you want to? Aaron, do you want to do a saying or?
I do. I'm going to do a saying that just popped into my head. It's one of my quotes, but I'm going to craft it to where it's more personal.
All right. Woo, I'm getting ready. I'm going to do this too. Woo. Hey, you didn't say I can compete.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Are you ready?
Ready. Listen closely. This is what you're going to type. I alone am responsible for the imbalance between what I dream my life is meant to be and the daily habits that drain life from that dream. Go.
Say it again.
I alone am responsible for the imbalance between what I dream my life is meant to be and the daily habits that drain life from that dream. All right, guys, who's going to be first?
I alone am responsible for the imbalance.
You lost it.
Say it again.
Okay, one more time. I alone am responsible for the imbalance between what I dream my life is meant to be and the daily habits that drain life from that dream. This is a tough one.
That's a good, guys. This is a good one. I was going to type it, but then
I'm going to explain why it's tough afterwards. I alone am responsible for the imbalance between what I dream my life is meant to be and the daily habits that drain life from that dream.
You guys are all typing. These people are typing. Blaine and Terry, you can't type "I alone am responsible." Yes, but you got to finish it.
Keep going. You guys got to finish it. I alone am responsible for the imbalance between what I dream my life is meant to be and the daily habits that drain life from that dream.
Okay, look at Aaron. Ian Duff might be the closest here. No, but he said from that.
Oh, wow.
Ian, fix it. Spelling errors.
Yeah, it was a spell check. Ian, wait a minute, Tina.
Okay.
Ooh, Tina. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Come on, guys, let's go.
We got to make a judgment call here.
Okay, wait. Let's go. Okay, look.
Well, no, you know what? Actually,
have to be perfect. Okay.
Got to be perfect. And the word dread, Ian, maybe that was a subconscious slip there.
Did Tina nail it? Aaron, read Tina's.
Tina nailed it. Tina nailed it.
Tina nailed it? Okay, then I guess.
Guys, let me tell you why that was tough and why I chose it.
Good job.
It's not flowing this way. It's flowing this way. It's about personal responsibility. It's no longer blaming the outside world, this, that, and they, circumstances, your spouse, your job. It's no longer blaming yourself for your past perceived failures. It's personal responsibility. That doesn't register quickly with most people. Like, what did he say? What the heck did you just say? What was that? I don't get it. It was this. It was that. That's why it was tough, guys. I want you guys to write that down somewhere. Put it on your mirror. Put it on your phone. Put it somewhere where you see it every day. Say it out loud, guys. Everything is a play in thoughts. When you identify with your thoughts, you're their slave. When you stand apart, you're their master. Make that one of the thoughts that you add in and you master. Awesome, guys.
Woo! Okay, guys, listen. 7dayweekendmentors.com. I'm going to put it in the Facebook chat again. Okay?
Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Again, next Thursday, we'll be going again at 12 noon Eastern time, 3 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Pacific. UK, all that stuff, Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I don't know those times off the top of my head yet. But we will see you guys next week. Anything else you want to add on that, Shane?
No. So we have to give some prizes to Adam, to Ed, and to Tina.
So, Adam, Ed, Tina, do you guys? Hopefully, you guys know how to reach out to us. Find us on Facebook. Yeah, Shane, is that the easiest way? Probably. We also have your emails, right? We have their emails, so we can.
Yeah, you know what? And again, guys. Okay, what I'm going to do for everyone who's on here, I'm going to paste my Facebook name, just because I'm not sure 100% where everyone's coming from. Okay, so Facebook.com/Shane TV Carling. Okay. Connect with me on Facebook. Send me a message, guys, just so I can 100% make sure that you are getting the prize. Okay, so Adam, I know I got your email. Ed, I can get that as well. I think Adam just messaged me on Facebook. Ed, thank you so much. And then Tina, let's rock and roll, guys. Really appreciate you. Adam, gotcha. I see you there. Thank you. I'm going to send that over to you. Ed, send me a message on Facebook right now if you can. If not, I will grab your email. All right. Okay, there. I got it from Ed. And then Tina. Which Tina was that? Was that Tina?
I don't know. She didn't have her last name. I
think it was Tina Dodson. All right. Guys, I want to congratulate you all. Thanks for taking us. Look forward to.
You're frozen. Shane's a little bit frozen, so.
Appreciate your time. And don't be a butthead.
Don't be a buttface. Yeah.
Have big vision, guys.
Don't be a manurepreneur.
But be who you are and be your best and do the best that you can where you are. This will be your year for transformation, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.